This is a brick separator, a commonly used tool in building Lego. I'm really good at making introductions, I can tell. Right, but there is a predecessor to this. Meet the old brick separator. It looks significantly different, I have to say. And here's a side-by-side comparison. As you can see, it's much longer, it's much fatter, and does not have the attachment to remove Lego Technic pieces. Today, we'll be demonstrating these with the help of some bricks. The first function of a brick separator is to, well, separate bricks. So for instance, if I have two bricks here, the most common way would be to use your fingernail and try to do something like this. Well, that's kind of because I have long fingernails, but a much easier way will be to use this. So you attach it like this and you pull. There, your bricks are separated. The old brick separator also has this function, as I will demonstrate now. You take the brick separator, you place it on the brick. It is a lot more convenient considering the size and the fact and my position relative to the camera. Also, it does not lock on very well, as you can see from the bottom in comparison, so it is much harder to use, but you can use it nevertheless. So another function would probably be, actually not another function, a worse situation would be something like this. It is extremely difficult to separate these two bricks or plates. So you take a brick separator, you place it like that, and you push. Nope, that worked like it was expected to. No, it did not. Oh my goodness, I suck at life. Okay, we have met a bit of technical problems. As you may be able to see, I might need a new brick separator. Let's see how the old brick separator does. Oh, the old brick separator works. I never actually would have guessed. Well, let's give the new brick separator a try again. Yeah, they both work. Another function would be if you have the longer one above the shorter one. Oops, I knocked over my camera. Good. You would put your brick separator like this and pull or push or just move the brick separator. The old brick separator does this about just as well as the new one. Yeah, it does. Ta-da! And you have fulfilled the function. Another one would be if you have a towel and you place it here because you are a genius. Now, this isn't actually very hard to remove with your fingernails. I remove it with my short fingernails all of the time. But if you are or if you have just tried the 100 fingernail paint coat challenge or something, you can take the sharp end, wedge it here. Oh my goodness. And push. And your bricks are separated. Unfortunately, it does not seem that the old brick separator has that function, probably because it's not very necessary because your fingernails are good enough to do the job, but we'll try using the old brick separator. It does not work, as you may have seen. It is not designed to do that. A very useful function for the brick separator, one of the most useful actually, is if you have a Technic piece and you get that stuck in that. In an old brick separator, you just have to cry because there is nothing to use to separate this. But in a new brick separator, you can turn it like this, place the extension onto the hole, and push, supposedly, but this does take a bit more effort if you are doing it with a camera in front of yourself. And there, it's separated. It might be a small problem if you have two, but it's still no problem for the brick separator. And there you have it. The comparison between the new and the old brick separator. Personally, I prefer using the new one, but the old one looks much cuter. Just imagine if you put those mixer eyes here, like on the studs, and you place it like this, and it looks so cute, but it's not very functional. So I recommend you get one of these. Well, it's not I would recommend, you can only get these. I'm not sure which shop sells this if you are not in, well, my country, because I bought this for $3 at isolated shop. I've never been able to find another one of these. I bought this mainly for collection, but to separate normal bricks like these, it's actually surprisingly useful because of its large base. But of course, the new one is way more versatile. Have a good day. Bye.